My name's Lewis Tyler, Managing Editor of International Fire and Safety Journal. We're here at INTERSCHUTZ, delighted to be joined on the AVD Fire stand by Dan Stewart, Europe Sales and Defence Manager. Dan, really good to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Lewis, and welcome to Germany.
Well, I think it's fair to say that we've just been speaking about, the scale of the show. It's been so busy already. I think it's day one today. So really the first thing I wanted to know, what are you showcasing this year?
Okay, AVD Fire, we've been showcasing at INTERSCHUTZ now. This is our second year. And what we're a very bespoke and niche product provider of a very brand new problem around the world, and that's lithium-ion batteries. Our media fights that type of fire.
And then we were talking earlier on the stand, what are those key pain points for your customers? And you said to me, actually, one really important sector for us right now is defence. So how's the company really supporting the defence industry at the moment?
Yeah, this company's gone on quite an evolution. We've done over 12 months testing. We're internationally certified across certain bodies with certain types of fires. And there was a discussion had that with obviously the problems in Ukraine, the growth and expansion of NATO on the eastern flank, and the autonomous sector, which we see huge growth in, all powered by one power source. And that power source is providing multiple problems from the commercial sector, i.e. e-bikes and the fires that you will see around the world, and the ferocity of those types of fires from this type of battery. Defence is key to our security, but we can't secure it if we don't have the tools to fight these types of batteries, and that's why AVD is going to go into the defence market.
Testing and certification, I think you mentioned it a couple of times there, huge in the fire market. For the defence market, it's also becoming quite, I don't know if it's the right phrase, but it's becoming a bit of the ground is quite unsteady. So how are you kind of navigating that with that industry in particular, so the defence sector?
It's key, I think. I'm ex-military, 23 years. I served on capability in all manner of platforms, and I know the severity of fire within those capabilities. We're surrounded by ammunition, and we're surrounded by multi-million pounds worth of equipment, and it's really key to have the right tools to do that job. How are we going to do certification? We need to embed with industry. We need to embed with tier one organisations like BAE Systems, like Rheinmetall, like MBDA and the missile systems, but also not just across one sector. This is land, air, sea, and now what we see is a huge drone and autonomous market and robotics. We need to engage with those entities and those procurement agencies and testing laboratories like DSTL in the UK to showcase what products we've got commercially and how we can support militarily into the market. And that's not just the UK market, that's right the way across Europe.
You mentioned there, engagement, working with people, working with companies. From your perspective, having, that outside look into the industry, what should the defence sector really be looking at that they aren't right now in particular?
I think the military, the European militaries and the procurement agencies from around the world fully understand the risks posed with various entities within capability. What I would advise is now being ex-military and looking at the volatility of these types of battery fires when they go into thermal runaway, is to engage with commercial organisations like us, work alongside the fire industry, and like you see today, the multitude of options and the multitude of capabilities to look at this very, very serious nature of fire. Why are we here? We're in this business to save life. It's not about making money. It's being able to provide solutions commercially, private or military to save life. And that's why we're here today, AVD. We've got a product that's niche, it's green, it's eco, it's sovereign, but most of all, it works. We're happy to work alongside organisations to get certification, to raise fire standards in order that we know on the battlefield, at the tactical edge, we've got the right tools to do the job.
Final one from me, just moving away from the defence sector.
Yes.
It was interesting when we were speaking before, you were mentioning how you're working with organisations in the Middle East. So I just wondered, off the back of that, with the risk of battery fires, are you seeing it shift depending on regions? Because I think the one in the Middle East was underground, it was the metro lines. Are you seeing different demands in other markets?
Yeah, I just think there's an evolution going on now of electrification, and we're going from the old lead acid type and the plug and go and throw batteries to now batteries that can sustain a longer charge, batteries now that can be more eco-friendly, and batteries that are more cost effective for big organisations. The mining sector is going through a huge electrification programme. The military are going to go through a huge electrification programme, and we commercially are going to go through a huge electrification. I think what needs to happen now is there needs to be a lot more education on the types of batteries that you and me use every day, from mobile phones to laptops to what's going on back home, to even working in construction of your batteries where you put them into your drill. These batteries, if not treated properly, will bite. And that's why we're here today, is to educate our client base and our future clients, and to really push what we've got is what I feel is a world-class product.
And as you say, it's that education. Oddly enough, just behind me is a touchscreen where you can look through, the risks in homes and at airports. So I think with that, I'll go and take a look. But Dan, really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, and thank you for today. Thank you.